Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'm going to be doing another video. This time around, I'm going to be doing a review for the movie Playing It Cool. It stars Chris Evans, Michelle Monaghan, Ian Grufford, Anthony Mackie, um, Aubrey Plaza, Martin Starr, Ashley Tisdale, Beverly D'Angelo, Patrick Waterburn, Luke Walton, and Topher Grace, and Peyton List. Um, yeah, and Peyton List. And Matthew Morrison, and I think that's basically it for all the main characters. Um, Yeah, that's basically it for all the main characters. Before I begin, no 10-second spoiler warning as usual for those who have yet to actually watch the movie and haven't already. Stop the video, go check it out, and then come back and watch the rest of this review. 10-second spoiler warning as usual, starting now. Okay, so 10 seconds are up. So for those who have yet to actually watch the movie and haven't already, please don't comment down below or be messaging me. That never gave you a fair warning because as usual, I did. So basically in this film you have Chris Evans and he plays this narrator. They really don't give him a name, to be honest. They just call and they just say no. They really don't give him a name. So they, for the sake of it, I'm just gonna say the main character, the narrator, or Chris Evans, whatever. You have Chris Evans and he's this down on his luck screenplay writer. He wants to make a script for this action film by Anthony Mackie, who's like his producer or manager or whatever. Um, he tells him that in order to be known as an action film writer, he needs to do this romantic comedy thing script for this company that will possibly hire him in the future to do the an action film. Um, so, so yeah, thing is that Chris Evans, his character, really doesn't know love. His basically his backstory in the film is that his mom told him that he loves him, and then one day she kind of just got up and left with her boyfriend or husband or whatever, and left him with his grandfather. So he really doesn't know love, and that's why he kind of rejects the ideology of love. It's just kind of funny. So yeah, but one day when he goes to this, what do you call it, to this charity foundation meeting, he finds this girl played by Michelle Monaghan, whatever. Finds this girl, and he falls. He realize, and then that's when he realizes what love is, and now he's trying to get this girl, who, come to find out, is engaged with this other guy, and now he has to figure out a way to get the girl, and then make a romantic comedy, and then they make a rom-com script for this movie that Ashley Tisdale and James Morrison are gonna star in, and Matthew Morrison, are gonna star in, and then to later make the action script. So yeah, it's very cliched. I'm gonna say that right out the bat. It is very cliched. But they kind of make fun of the cliches, especially Chris Evans. He really does make fun of the cliches. There's this one scene where he's kind of like, okay, so I'm gonna find the girl, then what? Go up to her wedding, say no that you should be marrying me, and then punch the guy across the face like they do in every other romantic comedy movie. They really do make fun of the cliches, which is kind of funny because this movie is filled with tons of cliches. Um, and I think that's the major issue with this movie, that it is just cliched a lot. I mean, it's a really basic story. We've seen it a bunch of times. This guy wants a girl. The girl just happens to be engaged or has a boyfriend or whatever. So now the guy needs to get the girl and happily ever after. So it is I mean, everything about it is just cliched, but it's still a pretty decent story. I would have to admit, it is a pretty decent story. Now, it's pretty decent. Now, the writing and the acting's pretty decent. It's actually pretty good. The writing was cliched, and I think it could have been improved. The writing could have been improved, but for the most part, it was actually a pretty good script. Now, the major thing is the major issue with this film is, aside from the fact that it's cliched as all hell, is that the more you think about it, this is one of those movies that the more you think about it, either A, the more you like it, or the more you don't like it that much. And I feel like that's the major issue, that the more you think about it, the more you think about the cliches and whatnot, the more you're gonna not like it as much as you did originally. Because originally I thought it was a pretty decent story, pretty good story. Originally, I would have given it a 7.25 out of 10, but as I think, the more I think about it, for what it is, I don't think it even deserves a rating out of 7. I don't really think it deserves anything within the 7 range. Now, it's not really that bad of a movie, but it's like one of those movies that the more you think about it, the more it detracts from what you actually like about it. So, I mean, yeah, again, I mean, there's really nothing else too much to say about it. It's a cliche story. You've seen it a bunch of times. Pretty good acting, pretty good writing and acting. Could have been improved. The writing could have been improved at times. Same thing with the acting. The major issue is just it's cliched as all hell. I mean, to some extent, you want this guy to succeed and get the girl, but again, it's just cliche. Um, it's just cliche. So yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and 6 being decent, I'd give this a 6 out of 10. It's a pretty decent story. It's a pretty decent plot. It's it's average. It's pretty decent. I mean, it's originally when I first came out of the theater, I thought it was actually pretty good. But again, it's one of those stories that the more you think about it, the more it tears itself apart, and the more you don't like it as much. It's still a pretty good story. It's sweet, whatever. Yeah, it's a decent romantic comedy. It's a decent romantic comedy. You could go out and take your girlfriend or whatever to it, whatever. Yeah, that's basically it for this review. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I do movie reviews, TV show reviews, and comic book reviews. So definitely do stay tuned for that. Aside from that, comment down below on your thoughts on the movie. Have you seen it? And if not, why not? And if you have, what are your thoughts on it? Aside from that, like the video, share on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, or whatever you guys prefer. And that's basically it for now. This is Daniel Mart signing off.